Yoga and gym memberships, have the IRS pay for it. Now with the one big beautiful bill, there's actually a couple amazing tips being rolled out that we will discuss now. And to give you a little bit of a short intro on that, there's a really cool tax strategy which I really harp on a lot. It's called the HSA, the Health Savings Account, which basically what it does is it allows you to save up for medical expenses and get that tax-free. And I'm going to talk about that in other videos and articles more at length. I've already talked about it and will continue to talk about it because it's an amazing tool and everyone should have one. Now, until now, if you have that money saved up and you use it to spend on medical, anything medical related that's explained in publication 502 with the IRS, then what happens is you get to take that as a deduction and you don't pay taxes on it. However, the gym, if you would go do anything self-care related, go to a yoga training, a gym membership and all that, you would have to pay for that from your after-tax dollars, meaning you earn money, you pay taxes on it, and then you go and spend on that, and you cannot justify that to be any sort of tax deduction. But now with the one big beautiful bill, that will be one of the items that will become allowed as a deduction on your HSA. Another cool perk with the HSA is that, let's say you work for a big company and they have for you an FSA, which is a flexible spending account, which allows you to basically allocate, let's say you're making $100K, you take $3,000 per year, you put it in like some sort of escrow account, untouched, not yet taxed. If you use it, if you go to the doctor throughout the year, you get the invoices, you provide it to the FSA management account, and they reimburse you for that dollar amount of the invoice that you use at the doctor's office, and you do not pay taxes on that amount. However, the downside of that is a use it or lose it basis. So if you do not use your FSA account, you don't get to keep it at year end. So either you rush to the doctor or you don't need a doctor and you lose it. However, with a new, element in the big beautiful bill, you'll be able to roll it into an HSA account. So having an HSA will give you another perk on top of the many other perks that already exist. Another perk is that if currently your company that you work for has in-house medical benefits, like they will pay for a flu shot for you on in-house or a COVID shot or anything like that, up until now it will disqualify you from having an HSA, because an HSA means you have a high deductible medical insurance premiums. You have a plan that has a high deductible, and all the little stuff you need to pay for out of pocket, like shots and stuff like that. And here, your company's covering it for you, so you're disqualified from an HSA. However, with a one big beautiful bill, you will not be disqualified. You will be allowed to still have an HSA account, a wonderful addition. And finally, the MAGA account for kids. As a little kid, you always wish to have some sort of rich uncle or parent or relative save up for you, so that one day when you get older, you will be able to buy a house, pay for a wedding, go on a vacation and tour the world, or whatever it is. And the government wants to incentivize the adults to do that for the kids. So depending on when they're born, how old they are, up to a certain dollar amount, they're going to create a new idea called a MAGA account, similar to what a Roth IRA is, which basically a Roth IRA allows you to save up to a certain amount every year that you pay taxes on it on the way in, but it grows tax-free. Similar with the MAGA account, a certain amount will go taxed dollars on the way in, but then when you take out the money for certain uses, not for whatever you want, for certain uses, it will be tax-free, and then the rest will be taxed regular rate at that point, or whatever the constitution, the rules will be per that. So basically it allows you to save more, incentivizes you to save more tax-free for the next generation. And if not, they will kickstart the kids with $1,000 by saying, even if the parents don't give, we will still give $1,000. So these are really 4 amazing additions that we are covering here on the big beautiful bill. Thank you very much for watching until now, and follow me for more amazing tax tips.